Hi everyone, I'm Marissa Everhart. I'm the youth minister at St. Mary's, Matthew's youth minister, and I am a mom of two little girls, and I also grew up in Delaware, Ohio, went to a public high school, and so I'm back in my hometown, and I love it. I love being a youth minister.
Awesome. So today's topic is service. How old were you when you first brought service into your faith?
So I think that growing up in the church and growing up with youth group really helped me to just take on service right away growing up. I remember in middle school we had a summer camp, and I would go and to run the race and just do whatever we could to help out the center and the kids there. So from an early age I was always doing different kinds of service work.
How has that understanding changed as you grew older?
So I think my understanding of service and those big acts of service has evolved in a way that allowed me to bring Jesus into that work. And I really think that it started at Run the Race. You know, when I was in middle school, there was this time where we were playing with a bunch of the little boys. They're probably 6 or 7 years old. And we were playing with Legos, and a bunch of the boys were playing just like making guns out of their Legos and shooting each other. And just something inside of me was like, maybe we shouldn't make guns and shoot each other. So I was like, hey guys, let's make a boat or an airplane and play that way. And the one little boy, he's probably 6 years old, looked at me. He said very seriously, we have to make guns. I said, why do you have to make guns? Remember, I'm in middle school. I'm like, why do you have to make guns? And he's like, because we have to protect each other. And in that moment, I realized, wow, this little boy has a basic life need that is not being met, this need for protection, this need for love that he's not getting in the streets of Columbus. And here I am able to just spend 30 minutes with him focusing on something other than violence and the need to protect yourself. I can help him by loving him. And I didn't have to travel to Africa to do that. You know, I was in the city of Columbus in middle school. And one of the most profound moments in that deeper reflection and the wisdom of that came from just driving down the highway one day. I know we've all seen people standing in the corner, especially off the highway exits. And one day I was driving home from work, and there was this man standing on the corner, you know, with his cardboard sign that said, "I'm hungry, we'll work for food, anything helps." And it was a hot day. And he just had his head hung, you know, holding a sign. And it was in that moment, the veil between heaven and earth was torn, and I saw Jesus hanging his head, hanging on the cross with his head down. And you know how you have a vision and it just reflects into a deeper truth, a deeper wisdom, where if I were to serve this man, if I were to give this man even just a smile, it would be that kind of comfort and consolation for Jesus on the cross. And I think when you come to know Jesus and you come to love him, you will do anything to help him and to love him and to comfort him and console his heart. He desires so badly for us to love him. And I just, sometimes it's hard to imagine Jesus hanging on the cross with nobody there to love him. And so it just was that deeper reflection of, by serving this man, even just by giving him a smile or a glass of water, I'm comforting Jesus and I'm helping Jesus on the cross. And so it led to a deeper understanding that I'm doing this service. I have a desire to serve because I have a desire to love Christ. Before, when I was growing up, it was all about what work can I do. I closed my eyes and I would see myself wearing a white coat, standing in front of a truck on the savannah, and there would be people from all over coming to get whatever medical supplies I was passing out for them. And I was so focused on the work, and I thought, that's my vocation, that's me as a missionary. And I think that throughout experience and just having those moments with Jesus, I realized that it's more about love and it's more about Jesus. I read a quote that said, God is the end goal. Love is the end goal. It's not that we're, doing work or it's not that we love God so that we can do work for others. It's that in these great works, we come to love God better. And I think that is the end goal. If we have to keep in mind that loving God and getting closer to the love of God is the whole point of any service work we might do. So I mean that when we serve another person, we enter into the cross with that person. we're serving Jesus in that person. So if you wake up and you see your brother or your sister, you just say, Jesus, where are you in this person today? And how can I serve you in them? And he will make himself known, absolutely, because he desires to be loved by us. He desires for you to serve your brother or your sister. And he will make himself known, and you will be able to serve him in that way. By doing that, by looking for Jesus in them, we're entering into their cross, whatever suffering they might be going through. We're helping them unite it to the cross of Jesus. And then, like I said, we're also entering into the cross of Jesus and that winning souls for heaven. That work, too, that is so important. It is the most important. My favorite way to say farewell is from a friend I heard. He said, Jesus desires to love us every day, and God has encounter for us every day, and multiple encounters. So my favorite way to say goodbye is, may you have every encounter that God desires to have with you today.